Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Delaware Fightin Blue Hens Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 26 as we continue Blue Hens action for the rest of the week until Saturday with a road trip here today to Jacksonville, Alabama as the 7-3 Delaware Blue Hens face the 4-6 Jacksonville State Gamecocks. At the beginning of the season I thought this one would have a little bit more stakes, but Jacksonville State has not been that good this year. But you can still not sleep on these guys. We coming off a loss last week where we got absolutely shut out by FIU. And we got to see if the offense can step up here against a talented but underachieving Jacksonville State team as we are underway here in week number 12. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty mode content. As it will be the Gamecocks starting off with the football. We'll see how their offense take the field, led by redshirt freshman quarterback Clint Goris, who has not had a good year. Less than 50% completed passes, more interceptions than touchdowns. So we'll see how their offense does. And they're starting off by going backwards. Nice loss of 3 after a Gavin Mall tackle is on 2nd and 13. This one's lobbed up, but incomplete, and quickly JSU faces a 3rd and 13. They go play fake here as Gore's back to the air, only a 3-man rush. He has all the time in the world. Eventually somebody's going to get open, and it is number 11, the tight end Everett Polk, with the first down grab. Got to get some more pressure. It was on first down. There's a play fake. A little bit more on this play. And that will result in a loss of 1 with a throw into the flats. 2nd and 11 now. It's a handoff for the first time to Christian Lando, the junior halfback, who has a nice hole. Breaking some tackles now to the 37. He had 9 for 22 last week. He's got 2 for 17 here. As after a new set of downs, this one incomplete, thrown into some traffic. DeMarco Johnson, the Akron transfer, was there. Now a 2nd and 10 from the 37. A quick pass for Goris as he throws this one short and is caught. And that's going to be a first down. Nice play by the freshman Franklin Barrett Jr. Now 1st and 10. Goris moves to his left and he overthrows everybody. A lot of traffic over there. 2nd and 10. Play fake. Goris again. Pocket collapsing. Looks across the middle and he's got number 83. There's Barrett again. He gets a red zone trip now here for the Gamecocks. At the 11, they spread out the defense, doubles on both sides. A quick throw to Will Huber. The junior will pick up 3. Dexter Foster with the tackle as it's now 2nd and 7 as they will hand it off. And this one will be going backwards. And the Syracuse transfer, Cam Pringle, the best offensive line on the team, is hurt for JSU. Now 3rd and 11. Goris to the air. Pocket starting to collapse, and he throws it out the back of the end zone. So the Gamecocks will get 3 on their opening drive. And we'll see how Delaware's offense comes out on the field, led by Blake Brown. And again, we talked about it last week, 0 points for the offense. Obviously, you can't have that happen again. But now you got to get your confidence back. The throw 4 on the first play is for Welsh on the right side, and he makes a great catch. Mikey Welts, the San Diego State transfer, with the grab. Next play is another throw to Thomas Amanqua as Delaware tries to get the passing game going early. Quickly out to the 48-yard line. Here comes the first carry. It's to Daniel Economy. Again, not much St. Fleur today. Don't expect him to play. He's out with a rib injury still, trying to nurse that. As on first down, Brown takes a shot, and it's not even going to count. Because there's a holding call on the offense, as this one will be coming back. I think that was on the left guard. Yes, it was. Nick Colson is the culprit. So 2nd and 20 now. You're already behind the sticks as here comes a blitz from Jacksonville State. They try to throw it out to Welsh, who can't make the grab this time. And quickly it's 3rd and 20. Delaware runs it, and they kind of concede the drive as the penalty kind of brings it to an end. So 3-0 your score after both teams' first drive. Here's a carry to Lando, who loses 2 more on the play. 2nd and 12 now. Goris to the air, and he throws it left side, and this one is intercepted. Picked off by DeMarco Johnson, and that's the 2nd interception of the season for him. And Goris is 16th, and that might be the spark that Delaware needs as we get to the end of the first quarter. It's the Gamecocks who lead this one 3-0, another low-scoring affair. Again, our offense not looking so good, but our defense playing really good football. We just have to compliment them. 2nd and 15 coming into the second quarter. Here's a throw for Torrey, who can't hold on. And Brown's just made a couple of high passes that have been tough to bring in. 3rd and 15, here comes the blitz. Brown stops, fires, and he has Welsh close to the marker. And he's tackled a yard shy, and Delaware will keep the offense on the field. 4th and 1, they run it, and they just get it. We saw Delaware 0 for 2 last week on 4th down, and they just got it here this week. And the drive continues. Economy now on the field. He'll pick up 3 on his 5th carry. And our run game has had a hard time getting going here. 2nd and 7. How about out of the backfield for Economy as he's wrapped up after a gain of 4 by Zakai Barker, who already has 5 tackles on the afternoon. 3rd and 3. Short pass for Welsh, and he has a first down, trying to get him going so far today. 3 catches, I should say, for 34 yards. Goal to go here for Delaware. They run it with Spiller, and he's bottled up the middle. He has negative yardage on his first 3 carries. 2nd and goal now to the air. Brown looks, fires right side for Welsh, and he can't hold on. Another tough grab, but you got to make those. Now it's a 3rd and goal. Brown to the air, looking, has a man open. It's McKinley for a touchdown, but the play will not stand. This one is going to be coming back. A holding call against the offense. They're going to get Jack Small, the Duke transfer, with it. A big penalty that wipes out the touchdown. So 3rd and goal, they just run it instead with Spiller, who gets positive yards. And Delaware will kick the 3, and we're finally on the board, 3-3. So no shutouts, but he could have got so much more there, as here's the next possession for the Gamecocks, and they'll have a penalty of their own. It's the right tackle, Nate Smith. He gets called for a holding. Now a 3rd and 20 for the Gamecocks, 5 men wide, as Goris will throw for it. It's a good throw that's dropped. That was actually a good pass. They could have got a first down, but Polk can't bring it in. As we go back to Delaware's offense now, and they're at the 21 of Jacksonville State. A chance to get some points here, but on 3rd and 1, they're going to be backing up a little bit, as a false start will net them -5. So 3rd and 6 now. Brown to the air. And he's going to step up and run with it with plenty of space, and he slides down at the 12 as our center Josh Hoffman comes off the plea, and he is questionable to return. So now in the red zone, it's a pitch back from Economy, who actually turns it and gets positive yards out of it. And now Jack Small is hurt. Offensive line taking some shots here down the end of this drive. There's a 2nd and 5. Jacksonville State brings a blitz. We counter with the quick throw to Economy, who breaks a tackle, and he's just shy of the end zone. But it is goal to go. So Economy will stay on the field, and they will punch it in with him. Delaware scores a touchdown. Haven't said that in 2 games. But the Blue Hens also have a lead, as it is 10-3 here in the 2nd quarter. So we get to play with the lead now for the first time in a couple of weeks. 10-3 your score, as Jacksonville State starts with their own 20. To play fake for Goris. 4-man rush, not getting home. Plenty of time. Lobs it down the field, and this one is caught. Will Huber goes up and makes a great catch down at the 44, a gain of 36. And now Jacksonville State in plus territory. After a run of 1 for Lando, it makes it now 2nd and 9. And they go back to him. No, it's a play fake. Fooled me as Goris will lob it, and he's got a man open. It's Huber again, starting to put his stamp on this game. I feel like our pass rush just has to get a little bit more active. 4 catches, 61 yards for the junior today. Play fake on 1st down, and this one's airmail way high. And make it incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now Goris wants to run, and this time the pass rush will get there. Michael Marion, the Rutgers transfer, with a loss of 3. And now it's the 3rd and 13. As with 2 tight ends, they run it left side with Lando with a good run, and he picks up the first down. You can't let them convert 3rd and 13 with a run on the grounds. So the drive stays alive for the Gamecocks, as here they are to the air again. This one's short and incomplete, as that one is dropped out of bounds. So Goris less than 50% here today. It's kind of been his season thus far. As on 2nd and 10, he will throw this left side, and this one's also incomplete. I think Huber could have caught that one, though. So it's quickly turned into 3rd and 10 for the Gamecocks, as Goris lobs it to right side, and this one's incomplete. So Jacksonville will add 3. As we head to the 2-minute warning, it's 10-6 after a big play in the passing game, and Delaware runs it for a gain of 2. Spiller only 6 carries for 4 yards today. He goes out in the pattern here on 2nd down, gets a receiving grab as he's tackled down after a gain of 5. Delaware lets it run inside a minute. Brown to the air, throws it for Spiller, who can't hold on. This one incomplete, but on 4th and 3, they're going to go for it. They want to get aggressive and get some more points than just 3, and it pays off this time as Spiller gets it out of the backfield, but a gutsy call nonetheless. Now it's goal to go from the 9. It's a keeper for Brown, and there's nowhere to go. Plenty of Gamecocks in the backfield. Now Jake Burdell is hurt on the play. Can't afford to lose him. 2nd and goal, handoff for Spiller up the middle with some space down to the 4. And again, clock will run. Inside 15 seconds, they motion out the back, throw it to Spiller wide, and a great tackle in the open field made by Jacob Cruz. Delaware will settle for the 3, as with time expiring, they kick it up and good, and the Blue Hens will take a 13-6 lead into the halftime, as it's been a better offensive day for Delaware, but again, just missing out on a couple of opportunities. The defense has played really good. The offense just has to continue to build a lead and not spiral and sputter in the second half. They will start off with the football, so a chance to get some more points here. It's on 1st and 10. This one is airmailed in the way of Amanqua. 2nd and 10, back to the ground. Economy gets bottled up. It's just been a tough running day for Delaware. 9 carries, 21 yards for Economy. As on 3rd and 9, Brown will go back to the air. He fires across the middle, but it's incomplete. Good coverage by Travis Franklin Jr. That's a 3 and out for Delaware. So first drive for the Gamecocks will start at their own 45. As here's a nice run that gets them out to the 38. That's Rasheed Williamson for the gain of 16. Out to the 38 now, as they will keep it with Goris on the ground, and he's got nowhere to go. Good job by the defense to bottle up the quarterback. That was Kingsley Royal specifically. 2nd and 12 now, back to the air. Goris looks short. Nobody covering the flats as Huber again gets a catch. He's got 5 for 67 now today, including the big catch in the first half. It's on 3rd and 6 to go to the ground game, and they will not get it. Inches shy is Lando. Jacksonville State will take the 3, so now it's 13-9. As on 2nd and 10, the next drive for Delaware goes backwards. Adam Trick, the Miami, Ohio transfer, not fooled on the read option. 3rd and 12, they run it with Economy off tackle, and it just doesn't seem like Delaware trusts the offense to get these long situations, just running it on 3rd and long a couple of times. It's on 1st and 10, a big blitz, but a nice grab by Huber in the slot, as Trey Scott now holding on his back. After a tackle for a loss, is 3rd and 2, but it doesn't matter for Christian Lando, who gets a first. Now Jordan Farrer was hurt. A couple of shots to the defensive line will now make it 3rd and 4 for the Gamecocks, as here comes a blitz, and Foster's free. Nobody touches him, as it's a sack fumble, and he picks it up himself. Dexter Foster with a linebacker blitz forces the fumble, and he recovers it for the Blue Hens, who have now pushed it down to the field to the Gamecocks side. On 3rd and 2, Brown will roll out, and he will get the first down with his legs, just stretching it across. He's arguably been our best runner today. Keeps the drive alive at the 25. Brown to throw it. Only a 3-man rush, and this one's at the feet of Vitko. That one's going to be incomplete. Jaden Yates in coverage. 2nd and 10 now. Here goes another blitz from the Gamecocks. It's a quick pass for Amanqua, who gains 4. Makes it now a 3rd and 6. Over 200 yards passing for Brown. He's going to need some more here to convert this 3rd down, as he throws it for Torrey, and he overthrows him. It was good coverage, but an errant pass nonetheless. Delaware does add 3, so again it's a 7-point lead here, 16-9. As on 3rd down, it's an interception. Foster now has an INT. He forced a fumble, he's recovered one, and now he's got himself a pick. What a day for Dexter Foster, as that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Delaware leads this one 16-9, and they have pretty solid field position because of the INT. So we'll take a look at how they do. Here they are at a 3rd and 17, though, and they will go backwards, as again, Delaware just kind of concedes the possession. Not even trying to go for 3 there. I don't know what's up with the play call. So still a 7-point lead for the Blue Hens, as Jacksonville State takes over with less than 11 to play. There's a 4-yard completion. 2nd and 6 now. Goris rolls to his right. He will tuck in and run, and he awkwardly dives forward for 4. Haven't seen him run too much today. More of a pocket passer. Is on 3rd and 2. He throws it out wide for Huber, who gets the first down. And now Brandon Best is hurt for the Gamecocks. Now a 3rd and 1. A goal line package. The Gamecocks sneak it. Goris takes a shot from Marion, but he gets the first down. Drive stays alive. Out to the 41. A handoff for Lando. Off tackle. Another first down run. Gamecocks have had pretty good success in the run game today, as we're inside 7 minutes now. Here is another delayed give for Lando. And again, off tackle. Got some space. Picks up 7 as the chunk plays continue. Now they go play fake. This is where you get dangerous on the play action. As a 4-man rush, nobody getting home. With all day, he looks downfield. Well, this one's incomplete. Good coverage by the secondary to cover for that long. Another 3rd down for the Gamecocks. They run it with Lando, who breaks a tackle, and he will be a yard shy. Good effort And on 4th and 1, the Gamecocks are going to go for it. They need 7. The field goal doesn't really do you much here. Big 4th down here. They bring a man in motion. Just get the snap off. It's a handoff for Lando, who gets the first down. And the drive stays alive. This one pushing 6 minutes on the drive clock as Jacksonville State will go backwards as they'll get a false start on the left tackle Pringle, who's back in the game. So 1st and 15 now. It's a throw as there's a man open, but he misses him. Lando is open. He hits him in stride. That could be 6. Instead, it's now a 3rd and 10 for the Gamecocks. As back to throw again as Goris looks for the end zone, and this one's incomplete. Now Jacksonville will take the 3 this time. It's 16-12, but that was like a 7-minute drive. Less than 4 minutes to go here. On 1st down, Delaware runs it and loses 2. Jacob Cruz with another tackle behind the line. Now a 3rd and 12. Delaware goes back to the air, and Brown is sacked. Nobody blocks number 97, Curtis Perry, up the middle. And Jacksonville State, at the 2-minute warning, has a chance to score a touchdown. The Gamecocks right back in it. 3rd and inches. Throw right side. Nobody's covering the tight end, and Polk will walk in for a touchdown. The Gamecocks take the lead. They come back here in the 4th quarter. It's now 19-16, and Delaware's playing from behind. They got a 2-minute drill of their own now with a chance to try to get to at least field goal range as there's another flat-out drop by Mikey Welsh. 2nd and 10 now. Brown will step up and run, and nobody accounts for the quarterback. He's got plenty of space up the middle as he slides down at midfield. A big run for Blake Brown. And Delaware, well, they'll let some clock run here, not in too much hurry just yet. As on 1st and 10, trying to find Vitko, and he is incomplete on the drop. 2nd and 10, a speed option for Spiller, and he is stuffed. There's just been no help in the run game today. The defense for the Gamecocks has been all over the backfield. 3rd and 10, a screen for Spiller. He's got a running lane, and he gets inches shy. And not in field goal range just yet. Delaware will go for it on 4th and inches. A huge play here. Can they get an inch? They hand it off to Spiller, and he will get the first down and a little bit more as he gets on the border of field goal range. I'm going to say he's 2 yards shy of that yard that he needs to gain. The 30 is the target. He's on 1st and 10. He will be spun down at the 30. So you're on fringe field goal range. Inside 40 seconds, Brown goes play fake, drifts back, and he takes a huge sack. You can't do that there. A sack of 12 on Blake Brown. Now you're out of field goal range, and they burn a timeout. So you're not going to be able to get the football back. 3rd and 20, this one incomplete. Then all of a sudden, Delaware, they're going to have to go deep for a Hail Mary. 4th and 20, out of field goal range. This is the game all of a sudden. And the shotgun is Brown. He takes the snap. Only a 3-man rush. Throws for a Monco, and it's incomplete. And Jacksonville State will sneak the victory past Delaware. 19-16 with a 10-point 4th quarter. The Gamecocks get it done. Will Huber is your player of the game. 8 catches for 115 yards. And Gamecocks steal one here at home. A tough loss for Delaware. They were leading almost the entire game. Had it. And then blew it late. The offense completely sputtered in the 4th quarter. Brown took that unnecessary sack. You got to throw the football away there. And we lose the game. That's now 2 straight for the Blue Hens. And our chance at making the Conference USA Championship game looks a little bit rockier. Tough loss for us. A good win for the Gamecocks. Like I said, they're a team you can't sleep on. And despite the fact that Gorsh just completed over 50% of his passes, it was enough to get it done. The defense played good, but they did fold late. Busted coverage on that 3rd and inches play that allowed the tight end to be wide open for a walk-in touchdown. And just something seems off about this team right now. This isn't the same team that won 4 games in a row earlier this season. Dexter Foster does get player of the week in the conference with his forced fumble recovery, and INT. As you look at the top stories, it is rivalry week. We got to talk about the Palmetto Bowl. Gamecocks versus the Tigers. That one means a lot to me. Michigan, Ohio State's another big game. And then UConn gets a win and a nice performance from Xavier Bridges-Brooks. Here are your other scores from Week 12. BYU beats Arizona in the Big 12 on Thursday, while we start Saturday with an Army win over UTSA. UConn destroyed ODU in the good performance from Xavier Bridges-Brooks. Georgia does the same to Western Kentucky, who are 0-11 this year. Missouri doubles up Troy. Oklahoma blanks Vanderbilt 45-0. While SMU beats Florida State 45-35. Nebraska in the top 10 passes the Maryland test, while Louisiana Tech will beat James Madison to close out their first season in the Sun Belt. Tulane dominates Rice. Kansas sneaks by Baylor. That's back-to-back losses for the Bears. Well, Iowa wins a shootout. When do you ever say that? 55-53. Kent State over Ohio. Oklahoma State edges by UCF. Miami down to number 3, but they swamp Virginia Tech, putting up 51 on their rivals. Oregon back in the win column beats Northwestern. Northern Illinois sneaks past UTEP in the Mountain West play, while Michigan State dominates Wisconsin. Back to the SEC, Texas puts up 58 on Tennessee. That's back-to-back losses for the Vols. UCLA wins the Battle of Los Angeles, a big win for the Bruins. They look like a legit team this year. Air Force over Wyoming. Cal wins the big game against Stanford. And then Temple puts up 51 on Florida Atlantic. Missouri State sneaks by Marshall 35-32, while Toledo dominates UMass in the MAC. Auburn upsets LSU, a big loss for the Tigers. That LSU, that is. A big win for the Auburn Tigers. Syracuse loses to Clemson before their big game against South Carolina. West Virginia over Iowa State. Western Michigan beats Buffalo. The Bulls lose, no longer undefeated. That essentially ends their playoff chances. Georgia Southern beats their rival Georgia State. Ohio State over Indiana as they look ready for Michigan. Alabama, ready for the Iron Bowl, will beat Kentucky. And then Texas Tech dominates Cincinnati. They're now up to number 18. New Mexico State over Kennesaw State in our conference. Akron squeaks by Bowling Green. Appalachian State will take care of Coastal Carolina. Pitt up to number 4 now. They beat Louisville 21-14. It's not over for the Cardinals just yet, but they do need to win nicely in their next game. East Carolina puts up 51 on Memphis. We see Duke still at number 1, undefeated. They beat Boston College. USF could be the Group of 5 representative as they beat UAB. More on that in just a minute. Houston will knock off Kansas State to enter the top 25. South Alabama over Arkansas State. Purdue wins a low-scoring game, 10-6 over their rivals Illinois. While New Mexico will beat Nevada. Wake Forest over NC State. Liberty takes care of FIU, the first conference loss for the Panthers. Not that it matters for them much. They will host the CUSA game anyway. Charlotte loses a close one at home to North Texas. Michigan, what am I talking about? Beats Rutgers. Then Hawaii beats UNLV. In the game of the week, Florida over South Carolina, 59-42. A big win for the Gators in a game that had over 100 points scored. We see Louisiana beat the rivals Louisiana Monroe. Utah over TCU. That wipes TCU out of playoff consideration. And then Texas State over Fresno State. Arizona State knocks off Colorado. Washington State over Colorado State. And then Oregon State beats Boise State. That's why it says South Florida could be the Group of 5 representative, because the Broncos go down to the Beavers. Here are your players of the week. We saw Xavier Bridges-Brooks earlier. Mekhi Hudson of Texas Tech had 4 touchdown receptions, while in our conference it was Dexter Foster and Antoine Bozeman of New Mexico State. Here's your new top 25. Florida jumps Miami thanks to their big win over South Carolina. And as far as everything else, nobody really moves out of the top 12 other than Tennessee as they drop from 8 to 16. And South Florida has now passed Boise State in the rankings by 1 to potentially be the Group of 5 representative. So what does this look like for the playoff bracket? Here's a look at what it is now. As you can see, the top 4 teams getting byes, and then you got South Florida, Texas Tech, and Georgia, the other conference winners. So right now, a Big 12 team is currently locked into the playoff. If they continue to shoot themselves in the foot, that would be a bad look for a Power 4 conference to have no representatives. Your big games this week, it is rivalry week, so we got the Palmetto Bowl, South Carolina, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State. That's going to be a big one. Don't forget about Notre Dame, USC, a outside chance for the playoff for those 2 teams. And then Oregon will battle number 12, Michigan State, who are looking for one more quality win to try to build up their resume. As for us, we'll conclude our regular season next week at home against the 8-3 Liberty Flames, trying to end this 2-game losing streak, and we do have a chance to potentially make the Conference USA Championship game, but we have to win this game, and I don't think Liberty's as good as FIU or Jacksonville State, but they are another serviceable team, and if our offense gets off to another slow start or a slow ending in this game, we could be in some trouble. Because our chances of the championship game rely on us winning and a couple of other teams losing. But we got to take care of our business first and try to end with a W. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.